Hi guys. My computer is running really slow. It still has that virus on it. It's driving me crazy. But I'm sorry that I've been not around. I'm so sorry. I probably have 7 videos. 7 at least. 7 probably that I haven't downloaded. When I watched them over, I don't know why. I will tell you this though, I cried through them. Maybe that's why. Bawling. Bawling, bawling, bawling. From 2 weeks ago till last week. Crying my eyes out through them. And I can't help it. I can't stop. Just boom. So, and I just felt I was whiny, 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 whiny. And I just felt that right before the finish line here, that I got jelly legs. You know how that is when your legs just crumble up from underneath you? My faith is so strong. It truly, truly is. And every day I'm with the Lord, and He's just pouring His Spirit upon me. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But I know it's coming. Okay? I know it's coming. And I don't know if that's why I'm crying. If just it's everything. I've been hit by spiritual attacks every day, every day. Arlo even attacked me, mauled me, my leg, bit the back of my leg, my foot, my feet. They were swollen, my ankles, my knee. I still have a big old bruised bite mark on the back of my leg. Just glaze in his eyes. Okay, I just walked in the bedroom. And he couldn't get, and he wouldn't stop. That's the thing, is he wouldn't stop. It's been like this rain, this gush of this torrential downpours that we're getting. It floods the very bottom of the basement right there we walk, about 3 inches. That's been what, every other day. Who do you think cleans that up? I do. I can't take it. I'm like, I can't go down there one more time. I'm supposed to move this month, and I found a house from my neighbor at the beginning of next month. Can I afford it? No, I really can't. But I have to move out, Now, a few weeks ago, my daughter said that you have to move out. I love you, and I'm glad, but you're spending too much time with the baby, and I need time with her at night. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I understand it. Trust me, I'm ready to go. I'm so ready to go. But I haven't saved for it. And see how God works, though. I will tell you, I got praying and giving it to the Lord, and He knew, because I've been sleeping on the couch for a year and a half. I'm tired of sleeping on the couch. So the Lord, He went ahead of me, and my neighbor has a house that's literally not even 2 minutes away that he's been redoing. It's an older house, and it's a cute little house. It's got to be cleaned really good and stuff, but he's not charging me any a first or last month's rent, deposit. And it's not that it's so expensive a month or anything, but I only get $1,000 on my disability a month, and I'd always supplemented it, right, with my selling online, and I supplemented it, and I did fine. But since I've started this for this past, year and a half, that's been let go. And I've had to concentrate on the Lord, because you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice when you do this. And He just consumes, you, which I'm so blessed. I thank Him for it. And I've had to depend on Him. I've had to truly, truly depend on Him. And people don't understand that. It's like my daughter. I don't know where she thinks it goes. I mean, I was giving her $400 to $500 a month, well, probably always $450 to $500 a month, and I have a car payment, car insurance. Well, what does that leave me then after that? I mean, for food, I mean, that's a whole month. Are you kidding me? I don't know what she thinks. I still give her $250, even though I'm babysitting full time for the past 3 months. I go, I don't think this is right. I go, I don't think I should have to pay you anything. That now that I babysit 24/7. It's okay. It is what it is. But moving, I don't have anything saved. I will tell you, I truly thought the Lord would be here before I moved. I did. But see, other people around us, they don't know what we know. They don't believe as we do. So me saying to them, well, but the Lord will fix it, and the Lord is showing me, and I wait on the Lord, which I truly believe. They, on the other hand, are like, well, so what are you going to do about that? You know, they don't understand it. They don't understand that faith and how we walk in it. So, they don't understand it. So now I gotta pack, and I gotta move everything. It'll be me. It'll be me doing it all. Nobody else, me. So he's kind enough, my neighbor, who I've known for a very long time, I might add. His wife, who has passed away, but used to be one of my very best friends. But he's letting me move in all month. You know, I just haven't even got to move one thing in because I have to go clean it first, and then start at the beginning of the month, to you know, doing it. You know what? I've given it to the Lord and praying for a miracle, but I know He'll do it. I know He'll do it. But that's what's going on, okay? And the baby, baby, you know, she's just not sleeping during the day. She sleeps all night long like a zonk. But boy, and she's so delightful. She's not crabby. She's happy. That's the thing, is during the day, she's smiling. It's just bright eyes. She's got this light upon. I mean, I can't explain it. She's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But she doesn't sleep all day. She doesn't sleep all day. So then by time at night, get her to sleep, I'm tired. I can't keep my eyes open, and I'm zonking out. But I'm so full right now. The Lord, He's just really been pouring a lot on everyone. And I'm so close to Him. So close. But I feel so bad because He blessed me with this ministry. You know, I would have never done it in a zillion years. Never. Okay? But I had to. I had no choice. You just don't have a choice in this. You just don't. So, you don't have a choice. You know? And so, I feel like I'm dropping the ball right at the end. You know, the enemy has my head turning left and turning to the right. Right? And I know that. And I got to go forward. This last leg, we're crossing the banner of love. We're getting ready to cross the finish line. The banner of love. I mean, going straight through, right? That's where we're at. Okay, this is a great time. Great time. I did a video. Of course, I didn't release it. I say this all the time because it's true. And I talked about a lot of stuff. But I talked about the year being like a year off. Okay, not that I know that, but it's the Jubilee. Okay, hang with me on this, because Israel's Jubilee is coming up next year. Okay, it is their Jubilee time. A Jubilee is 49 years. It's after 49 years going into the 50th year, right? It is a time when all the land goes back to the owners, all the debts are forgiven. You know, it's a time of peace. It's a time of safety, security, and it's a time that the slate is cleaned. Okay? Now, we talked about it coming off of a Shemitah year, okay? And this year is a Shemitah year, and in the past, if the year after of a Shemitah year is always a year of it's been a year of economic distress, collapse, calamity, right? So what's so special about this Jubilee, though, many of you may know this already, so I'm sorry for repeating this, but remember I kept saying it's a big, huge Jubilee. It's a very special one because it's the 49th Jubilee. It's 49 years, okay? A Jubilee period is 49 years, right? Going into the 50th year, okay? This coming up Jubilee is the end of the cycle of, it's the 49th of the 49, Okay? You know what I mean? I mean, it's huge. What's the odds of that? What are the odds of that? But see, again, I think it has to do, it's the Jews, but it's Israel. And 2015, God's eyes are on Israel, And I truly believe that this year, 2014, is for the bride, is for the Gentiles. And I truly believe that he's going to remove us this year, so he can direct his attention to Israel. He's never dealt with the Jews and the Gentiles together. Remember that. He's never dealt with them at the same time. I doubt he's gonna split that pattern now, because he's going by patterns. So it is a huge time. It's harvest time. It's harvest time. Okay? So these past months, all through summer, and that's another thing, I missed the entire summer. I missed the whole summer. Missed it. Didn't go anywhere. Literally, I'm not talking vacation or nothing. I mean anywhere outside. Didn't go swimming once. Not one time. Didn't go to one barbecue. Didn't go to one picnic. Didn't go to one movie. I mean, I did absolutely nothing. I missed the summer. Now it's cold. It's cold here. I mean, it's cold here. It just went all the way to, it's cold here. So it's, you can see how everything is lined up. Okay, you can see that. But being that he's never dealt with us together, okay, I don't think he's going to break that pattern now. But there's a year. Don't know where that year is, but I don't know. There's a year, and I think that it's off a year. It's off a year. Okay? This is the harvest time now. It's time for the harvest. Okay? Now, Jesus had taught us about the harvest, about the grapes. Which ones are harvested when? Which ones are harvested late summer? Which ones are harvested October, November? And which ones are harvested in December? Okay? So, the landowner, he hires the laborers, right, to harvest. Okay? We're the laborers. You understand that? We're the laborers. Well, many of us thought he would be here sooner at different times, right? And it's not that he tarries, but he would have. There's different times that he could have came, okay? Different times, because he taught us different scenarios. If things would work, if things would occur, then then he would come. But if not, he would come at the appointed time. See, so those times before here, when everybody had it everybody felt that that was the time that he was going to come, I believe that he very easily would have, could have, and maybe was going to come at that time. But because so many were not ready. Remember I told you about the 40 and the pause, 40 pause, 40 pause? See, he's so merciful. So merciful. Those are times of reconciliation, okay, for those that need to be ready. And he gave more time so less would perish. But now, what we're going into, I started the videos almost a year ago. Now that I read back on them, they fit for right now. You don't know when you get them. You know, you get so excited, you know, and there's this so much in them that you get so excited, and you're like, oh, you know, you share them because that's what you think you should do. And then you learn, and you learn really what they are, what they mean, and when they're supposed to be posted, who they're for. Okay, who they're for. Some are for the world, like the Bible. Bible's for the world. Okay, it's been it's gone throughout the world. Okay, generation upon generation. But many of his messages that he gives to his children, they're not for the world. They're for his children. They're for his bride, his church, his children, not for the world. It's like the lost gospels, okay? The lost gospels. And many of the very old writings, okay, that are not in the Bible, but the Jewish, the Israeli archives have them, and they go all the way back to the time of Jesus. They were written, but they're not put in the Bible. They're not gospel, right? But see, they weren't for the world. They were for his people. They were for God's people, God's chosen, okay? They weren't for everyone, the world. That's what they were. That's what they were. That was a huge find, and for them not to be taught, he had no teacher for them, okay? He had no teacher to teach the lost gospels. Now, he has poured out his spirit of discernment and of wisdom and teaching and knowledge and understanding, but it's totally divine. Understand that. Totally divine wisdom when it comes to this. To those, he's given understanding to them, okay? But there's so many of them. But it's because they weren't put out to the world because there was no teacher for them, okay? And those were written back then for his children. I'm telling you, he had no one to teach them. So, and the enemy has snuck in, okay? I don't know. The majority of the lost gospels are true. But, because the enemy snuck some false doctrine in there, what it did was it wiped them all out. It wiped them all out. Because which ones were brought up? Which ones were introduced to the public? Judas. The Da Vinci Code. The Da Vinci Code. Do you know what that did to Christianity? Set it back. Many people turned. And it did just what the enemy wanted it to do, right? That Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene. They had a child. That was the Holy Grail. It went into France. Blah, 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 blah. What did that do? See, think about the ones that they brought out and made movies and really populated around the world. That one, Judas. See, the enemy did exactly what he wanted to do. Okay? And then, in the Christians, knowing that those were not true, they threw them all out. They disregarded them all. So that's why many will say, well, the book of Enoch is not in the Bible, and that's not scriptural, and blah, blah, blah. I tell you what. See, enemy wiped him out with that. But the book of Enoch should have been in the Bible, because, and you need to read it again. It was removed. The enemy removed it because it has to do with today. It has to do with this last generation. It has to do with now and what we're going through and what's coming. It's a pattern. Remember the patterns? And Enoch is one of the witnesses. But God allowed it. He allowed it because he knew at this time he would give that spirit of discernment to his children, and that they would know, and it was a faith thing too. It was a faith thing, but he allowed it. But it wasn't for them anyway. The book of Enoch wasn't for them. It was for us. Okay, but you need to read it. So, but in order to read any of those others, you have to truly go into prayer and ask the Lord to put that spirit of discernment on you, and you have to go into prayer that the Lord guide you and lead you, this Holy Spirit, when you're understanding these and reading these, okay, and to steer you away from the false doctrines of them, okay, because the enemy did put false ones in there. But anyway, all going on, okay, so right now, the harvest time. It's the harvest time, and everybody needs to get ready. Everybody needs to get ready. This whole summer, I told you guys that it's a time. It's a time that everyone just needs to. It was a waiting game. It's just a waiting game. Remember, I said that for months and months and months. There's nothing. It's just about the waiting game, and it's about truly standing in the Spirit of the Lord. Stand in your spirit, not the flesh. Starve the flesh, feed the Spirit, and listen to what the Lord's Spirit is telling you and showing you, and that to leave around your family and others to be kind and loving but joyful, and that you need to show them the joy in you, and whatever words you're going to leave them, because that's for the ones that are not saved or that are not going and that will have to stay. It's our words, okay? It's the memory of us and what we said to them that is going to stand with them, and that is going to get them through to their points that they need to get to in order to come later on, okay? All the other stuff, but the ones that are preordained to go, it is our words, our comfort, our joy, our faces, our love, our whatever it was that we gave them and showed them and influenced them with. That's what they're going to remember, okay? So that's what that time, all this, was for. And it was for just, love and just and for the Lord to see, what our armor lacked, okay? So he could adjust it and fill it and fix it. So now it's the time's coming upon us, okay? I don't know when, but I know I will be, if it is past this fall, I can't hardly see it. I can't. Because now he's brought back to us, okay? He's brought back to us the harvest, all right? He's brought back to us now the get ready, okay? He's brought back to us now the don't be fearful. Fear is not of me. You must have faith and not be scared, okay? So remember that. See, he's telling this all this to us again now, and he's brought up the harvest. He showed us the harvest, the angels harvesting next to the saints, next to the bride. He's showing this to us, so it's ready. You understand? It's harvest time. It's ready. There's different ones, okay? It's just like it's just like a regular a harvest, a grape harvest, okay? They're not all ready at the same time, okay? And so later on, the ones that are become more ripe, they'll come a little bit later. But it's harvest time. It's harvest time. My spirit has been just so heavy, crying. Now I wish I would have released those videos I did, and you'd have seen me I was like heartbroken. I was like truly heartbroken. I could not, I mean, you wouldn't have been able to understand me because I'm literally, my head, I'm just bawling my eyes out. And I'm thinking, they're going to think I'm a big old baby. But I am a big old baby anyway. And I couldn't explain it. I could not explain it. Besides just what's going on, you know. I mean, 51, I'll be 52 next month. But God darn it, I've never not had a house. Ever. And so now to have to move by myself and not be able to afford it by myself. But I'm relying on the Lord. I'm relying on the Lord. My brother wants to move in with me. I got to tell you this really quick, just to interrupt. Did you ever see the movie What About Bob? You know that movie with Bill Murray? What About Bob? I have a brother named Bob, and it's What About Bob? Okay? I totally love him. He's the one I told you. They find other people like them, other people, you know, to marry and stuff. And anyway, she died a few years ago, but Bob has always been, he's so sweet, but he's always been so bullied and beat up because he has this innocence. He's very gullible, very, very gullible. You know, would you hold my $1,000 really quick while I run over there? And we do it to a total stranger, not even thinking that what he just did was just so wrong. And of course, the people would steal his money. And I mean, that's his whole life. But he was a tester. You understand? Now I understand. The Lord told me that those people that we see walking, you know, down the street all the time, and we never know where they're going, and you know who I'm talking about, okay? And they're always a couple because they'll find somebody just like them, and you wonder, how did two people like that find each other? But they do. They're testers. Remember that, how you treat them, okay? Because they're still people. Their hearts are good. They're like children. Their hearts are very sweet. Their hearts are like children, okay? And they're testers. That's all he said. They're testers. You know, it's how people treat them. You get a big old fat check mark by your name. You know, so remember that when you see them, people. That's and you know, I totally get it. But he lives in a little apartment by himself. He can't even afford to have a television. He wants to move with me, and he's so excited. He's so excited. Just, oh, I'm going to have to let him move with me. I got to have a roommate because I can't do it without it. But, oh, God, I'm going to have What About Bob? What about Bob? What about Bob? You know? But, you know, he's so sweet. He's so sweet. My brothers and sisters are mean to him. My other brothers and sisters are mean to him. And I'm like, Lord, is this a test? Are you putting the tester in front of me now? You know? So I'm probably going to have What About Bob live with me. And it doesn't matter how many times I tell him something. he'll do it. You know? But I will say, you know, he grew up a Jehovah's Witness since he's 19, 20 years old, and that's what messed his head up his whole life. But I've been ministering to him for the past couple of years. Well, a couple weeks ago, he was over, and the Lord was just downpouring. It was crazy, the stuff coming out of my mouth. Oh, my gosh. I was bawling. I had goosebumps. I literally was shaking. I just could not believe this download that the Lord was giving me. And it was what he needed to understand it. It was what he needed to understand it. Okay? I don't want this video to get too long, so I'll do it on another video, and I'll tell you what the Lord told me. It was wonderful. Explain. It's good. So, anyway, I'll get on the other video, and I promise I'll download these. But it's harvest time, guys. It's harvest time. Harvest time. And I have a special prayer request. A huge, huge prayer request. I've been crying a little bit tonight, but that's because of the prayer request that I have for someone who's very ill. Love you. See you soon.